exactly week 28, and this week's been a funny old week. So last video I did, I was saying that the GP said I had mild anemia, which would make sense of how I'm feeling, and then I speak to the midwife and say, oh no, you don't have anemia, it's just that your iron levels are lower because you're pregnant. So this just reminds me of when you have a baby and how many different conflicting advice you get. I'll probably see the consultant in a few weeks and they'll say I've got anemia. So because I'm feeling so tired, I am going to assume that I'm the lower end and continue with what have I been doing? I've been taking liquid iron formula, a spoonful of molasses in the morning, eating lots of iron-rich foods. Yeah, I think that's everything. So the iron-rich foods, lots of red meat, chicken, eggs. Husband bought me some really expensive organic apricots, which have got lots of iron in, and yeah, just trying to, and lots of smoothies with spinach in as well. So just going to keep doing that. And then I did feel different yesterday, but I don't know if it was just psychological, so physically in the morning and emotionally anyway. Then yesterday I had the biggest meltdown. I mean, I was so upset and crying and tried to drive off and wanted some time on my own, but my husband wouldn't let me because he wouldn't let me drive off, so I was so emotional. Smashed my phone, which is why this video is a bit blurry, so we have to go and get my phone fixed. So that wasn't great, and under a huge amount of pressure with business to try and get a huge project done before the baby comes, and with, what's it, 12 weeks left now, it just feels like it's just not going to happen. Because of the lack of time I get because of looking after Oliver. Not that I have him full time, but I think I'm trying to get a full-time job done in part-time hours, which is stressing me out. So I'm up, it's a Saturday, and I'm up a little bit later, got up at 4:45 today rather than 5:30. Last night all I could do is take myself to bed early, try and catch up on some sleep to make myself feel better. Wrote down a list of strategies that I need to start doing to reduce my stress and anxiety levels and my low mood, because the last thing I want is another premature baby, because I'm feeling constantly stressed. So I'm up early, just done myself some fried eggs, which I fancied, and then gonna have a smoothie, and then do my meditation and go for a walk in the sunshine. That's really annoying about my phone as well, so yeah, I need to get that sorted. And then the rest of the day, I'm having Oliver this morning. My mum's helping this afternoon so I can prepare for an event that I'm working at in Mothercare tomorrow. So it's busy. Loads going on. And hopefully I'll squeeze in some time to work on my project that I was talking about. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you later.
Evening, so it's still week 28, and I realised the other day when I did a week 28, my first week 28 video, I so wasn't with it, that it is the third trimester, so I thought I'd better do another one to say, yay, I'm on the home straight. So this idea of me having my hair looking nice and makeup done has never really happened this pregnancy, although there have been occasions where I look okay. This definitely isn't one of them. So what's been happening? This week has been very up and down. The last time I did a video, I remember I felt really quite low, but the last few days I've felt loads better. I don't know if that's because of all the iron supplementation I've been taking and making sure I'm eating lots of iron in my diet as well, and just generally drinking more water and things like that, so that probably made a difference. But also I've been really getting into music more. Since becoming a mum, I've just forgotten what songs I liked before, and music really is a type of therapy, isn't it? It takes you back to some really lovely moments, or some really bad ones, but just stick to the music that you really like. So that's really been helping with my anxiety. I've upped my meditation to twice a day, which has really helped as well. Don't get me wrong, I do think that, I'll still have moments where I feel low. I just need to increase the self-care. Unfortunately, I feel better emotionally, but I've now got a really sore throat and earache, which is really annoying because I've been looking after myself even more. So, just one of those things. So week 28, up and down. better emotionally now, worse physically. I fell under a lot of pressure because now I'm on the home straight, which is good, but under pressure in terms of just I've got so many business goals that I need to get done before she comes, which is a bit scary. So just trying to keep my head down and focus on doing the best that I can, and trying not to let the anxiety take over. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Working hard, looking after myself, and just trying to ride this emotional roller coaster of a second pregnancy. I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Morning. It's coming to the end of week 28, and just want to do a little short video so I'm out of breath because I'm just out on my morning walk. It's about 6:45, so I'm out a little bit later today. The baby feels so heavy on my bladder, I feel like I'm going to wee myself. Which, talking of weeing myself, the other day I was in a pub and I sneezed and properly weed myself. I mean, I had wee running down my legs. So that was glamorous. Not something I had with the first pregnancy, but I guess everything's a little bit weaker from the first one, so that wasn't very nice at all. What else have I got to tell you? I went to see a medium yesterday, actually, a spiritual counsellor, which is, I'm always open-minded to things, so that's why I'm sharing that with you, and got a little bit of an insight about how I'm feeling and how it's a positive thing, and to roll with it, and it's all part of the divine plan. So whether it's a load of rubbish or not, it really helps me feel loads more positive, and the fact that I am so up and down isn't necessarily a bad thing, and also the fact that I'm growing a girl as well is very different to growing a boy. So that was really interesting, and I'm feeling a lot more upbeat. This cough just won't shift still. I feel like I've had a cough the whole pregnancy. So that's a bit annoying. I'm trying to walk fast just to keep getting fit for labour, but I just can't breathe because I'm coughing all the time. Today, husband, it's a Friday, has kindly taken the day off to be with Oliver, so I've got a full day work planned, which feels amazing. You know, I've just got so much to do before the baby comes, and actually my work's another happy place for me. So anyway, that's a little update about weeing myself, seeing a medium, and that I'm feeling a little bit more positive. So I will catch you later. Bye. Morning, it's week 29 and I'm here with Oliver, who's currently playing with Mummy's pen. There we go, Mummy's pen. So yeah, week 29 exactly. Today we are going, you'd like to see? Today we are going, without Oliver, you're going to Nana and Grandad's, aren't you? We are going to a wedding all day and evening, so that will be fun. Nana. You're going to see Nana and Grandad, yes you are. I had 5 hours sleep last night because I had horrible back pain. It felt like a tearing, sort of feeling a bit like a kidney infection, which I hope I haven't got, but I haven't got it this morning, but I've woken up. Hi. I've woken up with, you'd like to see, like a lot of pressure low down. So obviously being paranoid because I had a week 35er. I'm just worried a little bit as to what's happening. This is why I usually do videos on my own. Are you going to draw with Mummy's pen? Absolutely exhausted, had 5 hours broken sleep, got a wedding today, looking after Oliver this morning for a bit, and then Daddy takes over so I can get ready. Yeah, so I'll probably have to go for a sleep in the car. I'm really grateful I'm pregnant, but pretty gutted I can't drink today. Very good friend's wedding. It's going to be an awesome party, I know that, and there's a free bar as well, so which is a bit of a shame, but it'd be lovely to see some people. And as I've been to a wedding already in the second trimester, I learnt that yeah, that is just a different experience, and that I'll speak to more people than I will be dancing. So but yeah, feeling quite uncomfortable, so hopefully everything's okay. Obviously due date's October 27th, so August 11th would be ideal. Mummy. You see, say hello. Hello. We're now going to go, and yes, I'll keep you posted with the progress. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Morning, it's still week 29 and I'll just talk to you about what's been happening in the last few days. So last time I did a video I was about to go to our friend's wedding, which was lovely. Although I did feel really different. The baby felt so low and putting so much pressure on my bladder. I was convinced on Saturday that she was coming, which wouldn't have been ideal. There'd be week at 29 weeks, so luckily she didn't. I was just really uncomfortable all day. I ended up in the delivery suite yesterday. I was 99% sure everything was fine, but there was a little like some niggle that was worrying me, and they were great. They were really good. So yeah, I went in there. Everything's fine at the moment. I just think it's normal pregnancy symptoms, but just not something I had with the first pregnancy, which is so hard to tell the difference, isn't it, when you've been pregnant before? This morning I've got up early. Well, actually, I went to go about 5:30, but Oliver's got a cough, and he was sleeping but coughing through his sleep. At 4:30 he woke me up, so I've been up since 4:30 or awake. Had a nice morning, although husband has really pissed me off this morning. Things just seem to annoy me a lot more, and it's a lot easier to detest him in the moment. Obviously, I don't generally, but I think I've heard it's quite normal to have more resentment, anger, and he just woke up in such a bad mood, in my opinion, obviously not in his. But what's he got to be moody about? He's not carrying a child or having pregnancy hormones. So yeah, that was a bit annoying, but just tried to, just get on with my morning and keep my head down. And he's now left and taken Oliver to nursery, and I'm about to start work. So that's my last few days. It was weird being back in the delivery suite. Brought a lot of memories back. I could even remember the room or the booth or whatever you call that I gave birth to Oliver in, and yeah, it was just very strange. It was almost good that I went back before we go in to have the baby, actually, because it prepared me for what it was going to be like. And it's so quiet, which, you know, when I was giving birth, I definitely was not quiet. So today's a day full of work, and we've got a networking meeting tonight, which will be fab. And just, yeah, day for me. I love it. I love nursery days. Don't get me wrong, I love time with Oliver, but it's a lot easier working, I find, than having Oliver. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day, and I'll speak to you later. Bye. Morning. Still week 29, and again I'm on my morning walk, so a little bit out of breath, but I have stopped. So it's week 30 in, what, 2 days? That's crazy. So what's been happening? I haven't done a video for a few days or weeks. The other day was really hard. I wish I'd done a video when it happened, actually, because my husband was busy doing something that we needed for the house, and I was putting Oliver in the bath and got him out, which was really hard. Like, bending over the bath seems impossible at the moment. Lifting him up seems impossible at the moment. He hit me. He slapped me around the face and found it hilarious. I mean, he's never seen any of us hit each other, so I just don't know where they must be at nursery. I just don't know where they learn it from. And this really upset me, because I thought, where's my little boy gone? He's, you know, he wasn't very nice in that moment. He just kept doing it. Hit mummy, hit mummy. And all I could do was sort of restrain him, but I didn't probably deal with it in the best way either, so that was really upsetting. I felt really sad, thinking, where's he gone, my sweet little boy. Yesterday was a good day. I felt positive, had a full day of work, meditated twice, which made a difference. Went for my morning walk like I'm doing now. I think generally I'm feeling better, especially since taking all the iron things that I've been taking. But I do still have down points. I am feeling quite tired, but I do, as I said in earlier videos, I do like to come for my morning walk, because the fresh air is so good for you, and the daylight is so good for you as well. Up about 3 times a night for a wee, and having really vivid dreams as well. So not much to report. I just wanted to check in and say things are slightly better. Still got a bit of anxiety, but not as bad. And I will check in with you in a few days. Hello, so it is week 29, but week 30 tomorrow, and I'm sitting in Tesco's car park about to go and do our food shop, and it's a Friday evening, so you can imagine how happy I feel about that. normal week of working hard, Monday to Thursday, Oliver day to day, which is lovely, but also so energy draining. I have done so much with him today and he still had tantrums, and it still feels like it hasn't been good enough, and it just feels like the wheel never stops turning. If it's not work, it's Oliver. If it's not Oliver, it's all the duties you need to run a house. And yeah, it's just, we're both stretched, me and husband, and it would just be nice to get off the train for a second. So yeah, I just had a bit of a tear before I left the house. Just all I need to do is really go to bed, but I can't do that, and that's the reality of it. And you know, I've got to get used to that for when the baby's here as well. So yeah, feeling a little bit low. Although I was really proud of myself because it sounds ridiculous, but I didn't cry today at all. I just felt so tired. Had a play date with a friend. We've played on a climbing frame. We've gone out on a balance bike. We've gone for a walk to look at diggers. We've done drawing inside. Watched a little bit of TV. Had some reading. He's hardly had any time on his own, which probably doesn't help. He's going through that phase of not wanting to play on his own, so he's going to be in for a bit of a shock come October time, and it's still not good enough. It's strange. Like, don't get me wrong, we have had some really lovely moments today, and I've just thought, oh, so cute, you are so cute. But other times where I'm like, you are a devil, which is not a very nice thing to think about your own child. Anyway, I'm going to go and spend the next hour dragging my corpse around the supermarket, and then I'm going to get home and go to bed. Night night, see ya. Hi, so it's midweek 30, and I thought I'd just check in with you to show you, well, tell you what's been happening this week. What's been happening? So Oliver's moods have been quite awful again, which has been really hard to cope with. I think I've said before, like trying to pick him up when he's having a tantrum, don't have the flexibility or the strength. He's so strong now. Trying to negotiate with him, trying to be loving and caring, trying to be firm, tried everything, nothing seems to be working, so just sort of accepting that that's where he's at the moment. Last week Braxton Hicks started, well, what I think is Braxton Hicks, because I'm sort of getting tightenings in my tummy, and for this time, and I can't remember if this happened last time or not, I'm feeling them in my bowel, so every time they happen I need to go to the loo, which is strange. So yeah, just keeping an eye on those, because I think the midwife said, you know, if they become more regular, then that can be a sign of labour or baby coming. Had my referral for the wellbeing service, which is to help with my anxiety and low mood. So got a telephone call on the 10th of September for that. Don't have high hopes for that, but just sort of seeing what comes of it. I've decided I'd like to give hypnobirthing a try, which is something that I feel really sort of strongly about, that, and my intuition's telling me that I should do it, because I think we tried it before with Oliver, but we started it a week before he came and never got to finish it, so we didn't really use it. The lady we saw before was great. She was a hypnotherapist, but she didn't specialise in hypnobirthing. So I found a lady. It's been a bit of tension between me and hubby, because he sees it as throwing money at a problem, and with no promise of a solution with how I'm feeling, whereas I see things a bit differently in terms of investing in professionals that can help you, fast track you, and help you better deal with situations. So but I've stuck my heels in, basically, which is not something I did when we reached out for help with Oliver's sleep, or other things that we've reached help with. He's always been the one to say, let's see if we can find our own way, basically, to save money. But this time I said, I'm doing it, and it's up to you. I really love your support in whichever way that can be. I'm being quite strong about it, so he hasn't really liked that. But I'm the one that's giving birth, I'm the one that's dealing with all the anxieties, and I'm the one that wants to be proactive, so in my mind, no one's stopping me doing that. I just want to feel better. What else has happened? I've cried a lot this week, just pure exhaustion, a lot of stress and pressure with work, getting this huge project done by the time the baby comes. You know, if she comes the same time as Oliver, that's 5 weeks' time. Or if she comes on time, it's 10 weeks, which should be fine. But there's a lot of work to do. Yeah, and I just always thought I'd be that patient mum that would be calm and know what to do in these toddler tantrum situations, but I just find it so emotionally draining and frustrating that you don't know what to do to make it better, which is hard. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still a lovely little boy, but I think when I'm sort of running on empty and he's running on 150%, it's not a very good mix. So, you know, I work 4 days a week and he's with other people 4 days a week, so I don't actually think that's a bad thing. I know it's very easy to feel guilty about that, but I think that's a good thing for him at the moment, because I haven't got much to give him. And, you know, if I get this project done for work by the time baby comes, that's really going to help us as a family. So I'm just focused on that at the moment. But yeah, so got my hospital bags down from the loft yesterday, going to start packing those soon to get the newborn stuff down and wash all of that as well. I've been nesting, but I'm not like a cleaning person, so that didn't happen at all with Oliver, but this time like sorting, like I get a lot of satisfaction from sorting things, so which is quite funny. And I think my husband's quite enjoying that because I'm usually like really messy, so yeah, in all, things are still up and down. I have good days and bad days. Last night I went to bed and I thought I'll do a few tasks in bed to do lists, and I just conked out before 10, which is great, but then I was up 3-4 times for a wee in the night, so it's really broken sleep, which isn't a bad thing because it's preparing me for the newborn sleep, I suppose, but I'm just used to having a full night's sleep. So Oliver's with in-laws today, and I am now going to cook dinner and crack on with some work and get lots done, which will make me feel loads better. My bum's pretty big now, and she is moving a lot, but it feels like she's like scraping my skin. Like it feels like she's really close to my skin, which is really odd. Anyway, I will see you again probably in week 31. Morning, it is week 31, and last week I did a video about hypnobirthing and how my husband wasn't too up for doing it, and we found a compromise, which is after many disagreements and tension and me being in a foul mood, we've come to a compromise. Instead of hiring someone for £300, we started something called the Positive Birth Company, which is a £35 digital pack, and we've only done the first module, but we both really enjoyed it, and we actually had a giggle when we did it, so that was really good. And the day after, I just felt so much more relaxed, only just from watching one module, and empowered as well. And I listened to some of the affirmations and relaxation last night as I went into bed, and it just sent me to sleep, which was nice. So that was had the desired effect, I suppose. Oliver's going on the up again through one of his sort of toddler tantrums, which has been really hard this week. I'm starting to really worry about how I'm going to be able to be feeding a newborn whilst he's kicking off. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. So we're really lucky that I usually work 4 days a week, so we've got childcare covered for that. But even on the days, I know there's a lot of people that are worse off than me, but like on the days that I have both, I just feel quite anxious about it. So maybe the hypnobirthing was transferable and help with that. I've had Braxton Hicks, I think I said last, for about a week now. They were quite painful last night, and I feel quite sick today, so hoping she's going to stay in there. She feels really low because my bladder feels really squashed, and I keep needing a wee, but not with much coming out, so I don't think she's squishing it, and therefore the capacity of it is less maybe. Yeah, hopefully the Braxton Hicks isn't a sign that she's coming early, because I did have Braxton Hicks quite early last time. Fingers crossed. It would be nice to have her around 37 weeks, have a little bit of a maternity leave from work, which I didn't have last time. just to have some downtime, do some batch cooking, relax, get prepared, that sort of thing. At the moment it's all go, go, go with work, and it's like there's never really a break. So yeah, how am I feeling? So I'm feeling positive about the hypnobirthing. It feels like we're a real team working on that, and he enjoyed it, so that makes a big difference. We're just watching one module a week, and I'm starting to listen to the relaxation MP3s and things in the evening once a day. Start to pack my hospital bags, so I'm getting on the ready there. Got about 4 weeks of work left, but about 10 weeks of work to do, so I feel under a huge amount of pressure with that. I could easily sit in front of, after having a terrible 2-year-old this morning, before I dropped him off at nursery, I could easily sit on the sofa and watch films all day and just veg out, but I haven't got the flexibility to do that at the moment. He was up between 3 and half 4 this morning, which is really rare. Last time he woke up was in the first trimester when he was unwell, so we're just used to him not waking, and I think he was having a nightmare actually. So yes, that was hard because I was awake because of him, and then when I wake up, the baby wakes up and is having like a party inside me. And then I was having Braxton Hicks, and yeah, it was just, and now I felt really sick this morning. I don't know if it's from the tiredness or the Braxton Hicks, I'm not sure. So I guess in summary, I'm feeling better. Things are still tough. Terrible 2 seems to come in peaks and troughs, so at the moment we're in a peak. It's a bit like separation anxiety. I'm managing to keep my cool a bit more than I did in the first trimester because I'm not feeling so rough, and I don't feel as anxious as I did in the second, so I've got a lot more patience, which is good. Anyway, I will see you soon, probably in week 32.
Hello, it's week 31 and I'm feeling rubbish today. I felt okay this morning. I've been having Braxton Hicks, but making me want to poo. Not very nice. And feeling a bit sick, nauseous. Just a bit weak really. So I had lots of Braxton Hicks with Oliver, baby number 1. And obviously he came early, so called the midwife. He said I should go to the delivery suite to just check that I'm not, starting labour. But I called the delivery suite and they said to just watch and see what happens. Been working all today and I've got so much to do, but my body and mind have just got to a stage now where I can't physically look at work. I just feel so tired and a bit shaky and having these tightenings now and again, so I'm just going to sit in front of the TV and just relax whilst in the afternoon whilst I was at nursery, which goes against the grain because I have so much to do and it's like my last full day of the week to get stuff done. But health comes first, baby comes first over work. So I'm just going to lay here and hopefully I'll feel better. Reminds me of trimester 1 now. See ya, bye. Hi, so it's week 32 and update for today is that I appear to have lost some of my tiny amount of my plug or show. Not something that happened with Oliver, so I just had to call delivery suite to find out if it was discharge or all that. And like I said, from my description it sounds like it is the plug, not the plug, part of the plug, which is actually really common, so don't need to go up there, not to worry at the moment unless the baby stops moving, my waters break or suddenly start contractions, which none of those at the moment are happening other than just feeling really achy, a bit like mild period pain, so hopefully that's just more just to do with being pregnant or my anxiety, fingers crossed, because 32 weeks is, 35 weeks with Oliver was early enough. We're really keen to get to 37, fingers crossed. How am I feeling? I'm trying my hardest to contain my anxiety. Oliver's due up from a nap in about a minute, so I won't have much time to think about it. I am on my own, which is making me feel anxious, but my sister's on her way here. She doesn't drive, but she's in a taxi. So if I need to leave, luckily I'm at my mum's, so she just lives a few minutes away from the hospital, so I'm going to stay here tonight, and husband's going to join us, and he's bringing my hospital bag, which they said it was important to have all those things ready, which just made it seem really real, even though they're saying it might not happen, but they said, given your history, you just don't know. So, yeah, feeling a bit on edge.
hoping it's just discharge, although they said this sounds like show, and that there's nothing to worry about. Trying. So yeah, that's this week's news. 32 weeks. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Oh dear. So it's week 32. Nearly week 33 actually, and I've had a really rubbish day. It's always hard to do these videos when you're feeling so rubbish. I thought I'd try and potty train, not potty train, but practice run at potty training today with Oliver, and day one he seems like he's clearly not ready, and it's just been really hard. It's just been so difficult, and I've just tried to make it really nice experience for him, but he just seems really unhappy, which is probably my irrational hormones, and I'm so tired. Like, oh dear, so far today he's like hit his head on the floor and completely wrecked the house because we're housebound, obviously, just seeing if he's ready, and I guess it's hard to tell on day one, but he's just been really unsettled. That's him now. I've just put him down for a nap. He's not asleep yet. And I've got stuff to do. His husband's birthday tomorrow. I need to do a few things for him. I just feel really overwhelmed. Anyway. Just feel like this is so much on me. Why do guys not have to worry about any of this stuff? Like, the whole point was that I was meant to do it just to see if he's ready, and clearly day one he's not, but I was going to try for 3 days, hopefully. And then my husband just gets to go to work, which I know is hard, but I'd like to be at work. I don't want to be doing potty training whilst 32 weeks pregnant. It's just too stressful. I've been feeling so much better as well emotionally. It's just been a really hard day. So, week 32 is not going so well so far. Husband's going away on Saturday. Not really looking forward to that, but I'm going to my mum's, so that would be a bit better. Oh, I need to rest, but I've got so much to do. Anyway, I'll see you soon.
Hello, it's week 33 exactly today, and I'm just sitting in the hospital car park. The last video I did, obviously you saw I was in quite a bad way. I've had quite a few hard days with Oliver, but my husband took Oliver shopping this morning, which was great. It gave me a chance to pack my bags because husband's away tonight, and I needed just from being cautious or paranoid, one of the two, from having a premature baby early on, I've packed like about 5 bags to come to my mum's for the evening. The reason we're in the hospital car park is that I've noticed a change of patterns in her movements, reduced fetal movements, and I know I had a week of this before I had Oliver, so I just want to get it checked out. I don't feel too worried at the moment because every time I got him checked out, I laid down and then he had like a party when I was at the delivery suite. But it's always worth getting checked. I am having Braxton Hicks, which I'm not having right now, which had stopped, but they've started again. Bit annoying because I had this afternoon to work, so I'm going to try, fingers crossed, whilst I wait, and also get monitored to do a tiny bit of light work as well. So I'll keep you posted. Hopefully it's not a sign like it was for Oliver that the baby's going to be here next week. It's crazy because I was born at 34 weeks, which is next week, and Oliver was born at 35 weeks. And I just can't imagine having a baby in a week or 2 weeks' time, but I guess you just sort of survive, don't you? Anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. I will give you another update shortly. Morning. Excuse the oily face. I've got coconut oil on my face, which I do every morning to try and keep wrinkles at bay. It's week 33 still, and last time I spoke to you was Saturday, and it is now Thursday. So Saturday I was sat in the car park at the hospital because I had reduced fetal movements, and as expected I wasn't too worried because as soon as I got put on that monitor the baby was moving. Then we had the ordeal of them thinking that I had a UTI, so urine infection, and they were quite cautious because obviously they think I went into early labour with Oliver because I might have an infection, like a urine infection. So I was there for about 3 hours on Saturday, and they said to come back if your bladder symptoms get worse. So I went back on Sunday and spent another 3 hours there because overnight I was in so much pain with my bladder that yeah, just didn't feel right at all. Then on Monday I had my consultant appointment, and I have the most loveliest consultant ever. She was so kind and nice, and turned out that although there were white blood cells in my dip test of urine, there wasn't when they sent them off to the lab. So they think that was my interstitial cystitis, which is basically an inflammation condition I have of the bladder. All very complicated. So the consultant was lovely, spoke a lot about my anxiety and completely normalising it because of what happened previously. So that was good. Had a growth scan because the baby looked like it jumped up a couple of levels on the measuring chart. And yes, so she's absolutely fine. As of Monday, she was weighing around 4 pounds 14, and I had hair. So that was exciting. I'm actually starting to get quite excited about meeting her now. But still, I'm sorry, I'm going to cough. Oliver's been ill, so me and my husband are now starting to get this horrible cough cold, which I have to keep my fingers crossed that I get rid of, because I don't fancy going into labour with being ill as well. Last night was weird. I literally went into full-blown planning mode, making sure I'd got everything ready as much as possible for the baby. And the last time I did that was the night that I went into labour with Oliver. So I was convinced last night that we were going to have a baby overnight, which we haven't. So we'll see what today brings. It would be nice to reach at least 35 plus 2, which is when Oliver was born. And I keep visualising 37 because then I'll be able to have a water birth. So that is week 33, and I will catch up with you soon. Bye. Hi, it's week 34, so week 34 plus 3. And it's officially the week that I was born. I was born at 34 weeks, and next week is the week that Oliver was born. So, sort of on edge, but feel okay today. I've had an eventful weekend, spent more time in hospital in the delivery suite this weekend, got into bed and basically felt like I was having surges, which is the hypnobirthing name for contractions. Had quite a loose bowel movement, but they felt constant, which was panicking me, and I just felt really different, and I was convinced that it was happening. What happened then, basically me and my husband were having an argument because he thought I was overreacting, and basically we did everything that we shouldn't have done if it was the actual thing. We weren't implementing any of the hypnobirthing techniques that we've been learning. So it was a real lesson. Got to the hospital and they said to come straight away, but we had to wait an hour and a half in hospital, which was not fun because I was still having these what felt like surges, and then I had diarrhea at hospital, which is another sign of early labour. So 100% convinced I was in labour. After about 20 minutes of having diarrhea, they stopped, and it wasn't sorry, as uncomfortable. That's the point that I got seen, of course, and everything turned out to be normal. What they think has happened is I had an upset stomach, which then sort of encouraged the contractions to start, and then once it settled, they stopped. But I was there for 5 hours with them monitoring me, so yeah, that was pretty tiring, but I'm glad that I went in. It wasn't convenient. We live 40 minutes from the hospital, but it's really hard to balance when you've had a premature baby before, whether you're being paranoid, anxious, or spot on. And my intuition is usually spot on. I'm quite an intuitive person, and I was convinced this was it. It just felt really like early labour when I was in labour with Oliver, quite period pain-like, and yeah, I recognised the signs. I'm not convinced that it was an upset tummy, to be honest, because I had upset tummy when I went into early labour as well with Oliver. I just think for some reason I had these surges start, and they stopped, thank goodness. So as the midwife said to me, at least that's hopefully bought you another couple of weeks. Really strange experience in hospital. Everyone's been great, but just like the difference of advice you get between the midwives and the consultants is so different. So the midwife was pretty convinced I was in early labour, and she said the baby's really low, and she was convinced, whereas the consultants have said I wasn't in early labour and she's not even engaged, so it's a bit confusing. but my cervix is in the right position ready, so that's a good sign. Had a test done to look for, I think it's fibronectin, which is the hormone the baby releases into the womb, and then I think it goes into your past your cervix, and you have a swab taken, and it hasn't been released, but it was negative, so that indicates I shouldn't go into labour within the next 10 days. I do tend to be the rare one that breaks all the rules, but perhaps calm me down a little bit, but my Braxton Hicks are getting a lot stronger. I'm having to stop when I walk, and I feel like really sensitive. It feels like she's knocking her head down there, and I keep feeling discomfort, sort of, yeah, inside me, I guess. So yeah, it's been an eventful weekend. Since then, me and my hubby have had a chat about what we could do better, what we could do to improve my anxiety if that happens again. We've put a plan in place, so that's good. Bowel movements are still loose, and I'm still getting like these strong Braxton Hicks, but I just have to try and remain calm and put the hypnobirthing practice into place. So, I mean, my bet, don't quote me on it, but I feel like she might come at week 36. So I'm just hoping it's not on a certain date that my husband's at his sister's wedding in London, because then it'll be my mum with me in labour, which I'm sure neither of us want to do. So yeah, anyway, that's been my week. Next week's just to get to 35 plus 2, and as soon as I'm 35 plus 3, I can say it's the longest I've ever been pregnant for. So, and the other thing to say is that strangely, you know, although I haven't enjoyed this pregnancy and it's been pretty tough, it's the reality that actually now it's getting closer to the end. This is the last time, hopefully, I'll ever do it. So it's really mixed emotions at the moment. It's like, can't wait to meet her, can't wait for her to be out with me, but a little bit of sadness as well that it's the last time that I'll feel a bump, which I never thought I'd say, and I'm sure I'll feel sad about that one once she's arrived as well. But I'm really looking forward to having her on my chest when she's born, having a cuddle. Yeah, so things are mixed emotions at the moment. Anyway, I shall catch you later on in the week. Hi, so it's week 34, and I realised I haven't done a video much this week, so I just want to squeeze one in quickly. I'm just at Oliver's nursery, going to pick him up. How's this week been? I have been waking up through the night waiting for something to happen. Week 34 is the week that I was born, and next week's the week Oliver was born, so I don't know if things are happening or whether it's just me being aware of all of that emotionally as well. She feels really low down, but we'll see. I guess it's to be continued. Yeah, so that's a little summary of week 34. I'm really slow, like a snail. I feel massive. I am quite big. I've been really lucky this week. I usually have sort of 3.5 days without with Oliver, and because he was due a catch-up day at nursery, I had 5. I had a little bit of mum guilt to do with that, but I think it came at the perfect timing. I was able to have a rest and still doing a bit of work, but unwinding, and it feels I've really struggled to relax because I'm so used to being so busy with work, and I've struggled to know what to do with myself. I find it even hard to sit down and watch a film, which just wasn't me before parenthood. So yeah, I've really got to get better at relaxing, and yeah, before she comes really, because there's not going to be any opportunity for that afterwards for a long time. Anyway, that's week 34, and next week is week 35, and we are at the week when Oliver arrived, which is the equivalent of Monday. Today's Friday. Let's see what happens. Evening, it's week 34, eve of week 35, and I feel really strange tonight. I feel it's really hard to explain. I've been trying to find things to do to get ready for the baby, but I've done a lot of them already. There's still things to do, but a lot of stuff I can do tonight. The baby feels so low, like really low. It feels like when I walk she's going to fall out or something, which I'm sure is going to get worse if I go full term, but it just seems bizarre that I already feel like that at 34 weeks. Yeah, so I haven't really wanted to leave the house, and I feel not very motivated for my work. Just wonder if this is a sign that she's coming early. I don't know. It's so hard to know if you're being paranoid or if you're spot on. Usually my intuition's spot on, but we've already been in the delivery suite 5 times with false starts or like false alarms. It's so hard to know when you've had an early first one. It's an expectation psychologically that you're going to have another one, but this could be a completely the opposite experience. It could go over. So, yeah, I'm not wanting to go far from home. Hospital bags are packed, as I've said, so most of the stuff's in there. Just bits around the house I need to do really now. Yeah. It's 9:30 on a Friday night and I'm exhausted, so I'm going to sleep. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll be with or without baby next time you see me. Morning! I thought I would video this morning whilst I'm on my morning walk. You probably can't see the sunrise because it's so bright, but it's absolutely beautiful. As always, a little bit out of breath because I've been walking. So today's a big day. Yesterday was 35 plus 2, so I'm 35 weeks, and it was the day that Oliver was born. So I have officially been pregnant the longest I ever have been, which is amazing and has brought a sense of calm and relaxation. Not all the time, but sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, but more than usual. So this baby's not going to be as early as Oliver was, so things may be different this time, which begs the question of when's she going to come. I feel like my due date was 35 plus 2 and everyone else has this big thing from 40 to 42 weeks, but for me it's like 35 plus 2 to 42 weeks. I just have no idea when she's going to come. It hasn't been plain sailing, and as you know, I've already been in delivery suite 4 to 5 times, one of those times having contractions that stopped naturally, so lots going on. Anyway, just a short video to say yes, 35 plus 3 today. Let's see what happens, and I hope you're having a good day. Bye. Hi, so I'm just going to talk quite quietly because I'm in hospital, as you can see. It's still 34 plus 4 today. Hang on, let me work it out. So it's Wednesday. Yeah, 34 plus 4. And I'm in hospital because I've been having really regular Braxton Hicks, if that's what they are. Today I started off with period pain, early hours this morning, and yeah. So I'm here to see whether they're contractions or what the doctors are going to suggest. I've been here for a few hours now. It's now midnight-ish, and feeling pretty tired, fairly calm, but really would like to be in my bed right now. Hopefully, yeah, just a bit. Wonder what's going to happen, if they're going to suggest I stay in or if I go home. My mum lives 5 minutes from the hospital, so I'm hoping that I can go to hers as soon as the doctors come to see me, who's probably been called to emergency. So the Braxton Hicks or tightenings are intense, not uncomfortable, but coming fairly regularly. So anyway, I will catch up with you soon. Bye. Hi, so I realised I said completely the wrong day. It was 35 plus 4 when I was in hospital, and today it's 35 plus 6. What's been happening? So as you can see, I'm not in hospital anymore, but I am at my mum's. So I was at the hospital till 3 o'clock in the morning. I got there at, goodness, must have been 9. So I was there for quite a long time. I was on the monitor. It turns out I was having 4 surges or contractions every 10 minutes regularly. So yeah, that was pretty clear on the monitor. That was happening. The baby's fine, so that's good. And then they repeated the test, which is called actum partus test, which is what I had a couple of weeks ago to see if I'm likely to have a preterm baby again, and this time it came out positive. So what that means is that in the next 7 days I'm more likely to go into labour. Having said that, it's a test that's 50% likelihood, so it doesn't really tell you that much, which is really annoying because I've always thought that this baby would be early, maybe not as early as Oliver, but I could still go all the way. So, but I think the fact that I've had sort of a wobbly uterus for the last few weeks, and I was having real contractions again on Wednesday, they tailed off on the end. So they wanted to admit me because of the positive test and the contractions, but I managed to persuade them to let me come home to my mum's, which is 5 minutes from the hospital, so if anything happens. And apart from now, actually, I've been babysat since I came out, just in case I go into labour. I thought my established labour, was 5 hours 15 with Oliver, but I had a nosy through my notes on when I was in hospital when I was bored, because they left my massive pile of notes in there, and it was something ridiculous, like 1 hour and 25, and the first stage was like 55 minutes, second stage was 19 minutes, and third stage was 11 minutes. So I don't think that the hospital weren't that keen on letting me go all the way home, which is about 30 minutes away from the hospital, because they didn't really want me to have a 35-week baby in the car. So it's 35 plus 6 today. So tomorrow, hopefully I'll make it to 36, and that was the week that I thought she may come, but I could be totally wrong. Yesterday I felt like she was coming. Today I've had a few tightenings. She doesn't feel like she's falling out today, which she did yesterday. But I didn't have any of this pressure down below, feeling like she's going to fall out at all with Oliver, and it was completely spontaneous, so I just don't know. So I've got to go back if I have any more regular tightenings. My mucus plug or show decides to show an appearance, or I have my waters break again, obviously. So yeah, it's just sort of wait and see, really. See what happens. I did message a sort of midwife person that I know. We're friends on Facebook through business networking now, and she said that the tests are fairly accurate, but there are exceptions, so we'll see. We've got 5 days left to see if it's accurate or not, and it could be that we have a baby in the next 5 days. I don't know when. Husband's going to his sister's wedding tomorrow in London, so I'm just really hoping it's not tomorrow. Yeah, anyway, I will catch up with you later. Bye. Hey, so it's officially 36 weeks and I've had 0 sleep last night. If it wasn't my tummy tightening, it was the baby kicking like crazy, which is nice because obviously she's had reduced fetal movements. And if it wasn't that, it was me being really restless. So don't know if this is a sign or if it's just from having this test, it's just put me on edge. So every little movement or tightening, I'm just a little bit more aware of. I'm absolutely exhausted. Like, I was up pretty much from 2 till 5, went to bed about 10, half 10, and then outside of that I was up every hour for a wee as well, so not the best situation to be in if I have to push out a baby today. Oliver, I'm at my mum's, we've all been at my mum's, is just, I don't know if it's because he hasn't been at home, so he's out of his routine, but he's literally, I mean, he's been a normal toddler, but he has been at so much hard work, and not just me being exhausted hard work, my husband's even found him really hard and challenging today, and it's just sod's law, isn't it? I've been up all night. Husband's now left for London to go to his sister's wedding, which I wanted him to do. It's not something that happens again, so I wanted him to go. And now we're just on watch to see what happens until he gets back, which will probably be tomorrow afternoon. And luckily I've got the support of all my amazing family that have been looking after Oliver from when I had that test done, and they wanted to admit me, so that was Wednesday and it's now Saturday, so yeah, they've all been looking after me, which is really nice, and I can't really thank them enough. Yeah, so how am I feeling? Emotionally, pretty cheesed off. I feel really irritable and restless, and like this test might not even be correct, so it's just like on edge all the time, although trying to relax. Physically, my whole body aches. I'm so tired. I haven't slept properly for about 4 nights, and got sort of period pains today, which I had on Wednesday when the contractions started, but so I'm not too worried about those. And to be honest, I feel like I won't actually believe it when I go into real labour, because I've had so many sort of false starts now as well. My lovely friend Amy's coming over to babysit me, bless her, whilst just today, so that's really nice. And yeah, I'm just going to try and go have some sleep and catch up on some strength and some stamina. So I'll catch up with you in the next few days.
Hi, so it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm at my mum's and I've woken up with regular tightenings again. It's 36 plus 1. I'm still really unsure whether this is it or whether I'm just being really super sensitive after having the positive actin partis test. The problem is I can't really risk it with how quick my labour was. I think I forgot to say the other day, or I might have said my notes. My labour was a lot quicker than I thought it was. It was like something like an hour and 25, and the second one's meant to be quicker. So I've just called the delivery suite and whispering because I don't want to wake the house up to see if they think I should come in, which I think I probably should. The confusing thing with me is that I was having 4-in-1 surges on last Wednesday when I was in, or last, whenever it was when I was in hospital. And I could feel them, but they weren't massively painful. And the doctor said that she thought I had a high pain threshold, which was rather surprising. So I'm definitely uncomfortable right now. Not necessarily in pain, but I think I'm just a real weird one, and I just don't know. The only really painful contractions I had was when during transition last time when Oliver was coming down the birth canal. So just really conscious it's going to go from nothing to right in the middle of labour. Hopefully not in my mum's house. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. So I'll catch you soon and keep you updated.
So it's 36 plus 2 today, and it's officially a week past when I had Oliver. Last time I did a video, I was in the middle of the night feeling what felt like surges, the hypnobirthing name for contractions. And after a few hours, they actually tailed off. I was having about 3 in 10, so 3 every 10 minutes. It's very confusing. My body seems to be just gearing up, ready to go. It's Monday today, so I've got 3 more full days plus a little bit to see if this actin partis test was accurate, whether the baby will be here before Thursday. We had a very stressful day yesterday. Our family dog got out of my mum's garden by digging under the fence and went underneath the fence, and he's a terrier, so I was absolutely hysterical because he is technically my husband's dog. My husband owned him before we got together, and my husband was away, as I said, for his sister's wedding. And I was just mortified, distraught, upset, hysterical, just thought he was going to get hit by a car. And because my mum lives in a lot more populated area than we do, and just felt really rubbish. And and luckily after 2 hours of people and very kind people searching for him, my friends, family and my mum's neighbours, he was found and he was well, other than smelling really bad and a cut on his face, which is a really happy ending. But because of that, I felt the baby didn't feel like she'd been moving again, and I had reduced fetal movements again. So I went to the delivery suite last night, and just sod's law, she wasn't moving all afternoon. She's actually been quite quiet this morning, and she moved the most she has done in the whole pregnancy, so that was really reassuring. And I decided to leave after I had the monitor on me. So today I've been doing some light work. It's nice to feel like me again. Oliver went home with Daddy last night to our house and has gone to nursery today. And although I miss both of them dearly, greatly, I just having some time completely to myself without anyone here, done my meditation, done my stretches, oiled my body, doing some light work, as I said. It's just brought a huge sense of calm, because unfortunately for me, a crazy toddler does not bring me a sense of calm. And he has been full on in this weekend, and I've had amazing help from my family. I haven't had him that much, but just being with him, well, I have had him, I've been with him, but just being with him I find a lot more stressful. So just to have some calm has been great. So that is where we're at. I've got an appointment this afternoon for a scan, growth scan, because of the reduced fetal movements, and a consultant appointment as well. But if I make it another, what are we, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, another 5 days on full term, which means I can go into the midwife-led birthing unit and potentially have a water birth, which would be amazing. So that's where we're at, and I will keep you updated. Hi, so it is 35 plus 5, I believe. Yeah, 35 plus 5. And I've been up the delivery suite every single day this week with the reduced fetal movements, which has been, I should say worrying, but because I had it with Oliver the first time, and I've had just before he came, and also with this one, it almost seems like normal for me, which sounds terrible. But I do go every time I notice she hasn't moved, because obviously you never forgive yourself if something happened. Today's the last 7-day window for the actin partus test, which is the test that said that I was going to may give birth within the next 7 days, but it's only 50% accuracy, as I was saying. So who knows what will happen. My intuition says that I'm going to be having a very, very quick labour, as my labour with Oliver was established for 1 hour and 25, and that's our first. So I think a lot of people say that the second is quicker, although not guaranteed. So it's a bit of a funny week. I've been at my mum's for a week now, which is about half an hour from where we live. Me and husband have been sharing care of Oliver. We haven't spent much time together. Yeah, so I mean, it's great being here at my mum's and having all the help that I've been offered, and she's been amazing. But I do really miss family life, and I really miss being at home. I miss time with Oliver, and I miss my husband as well. Having said that, there are positives to being here. I'm 5 minutes from the hospital, so that's meant that I'm more reassured and calm about not giving birth to the baby at home, as well as, you know, getting a lot of support from my mum, which my husband wouldn't necessarily be able to do because he's got to work. So it's been quite a relaxing time and special time as well. So lots of mixed emotions going on at the moment. Hospital consultants are mentioning the word induction already because of the reduced fetal movements. I'm not really up for that at the moment. I'd much rather go up daily and get monitored than go for an induced labour. And it's strange because I thought she'd be here by now, but that's probably just my first experience. I don't feel like she's going to be long, but it's hard to say because am I basing it on my first experience or my intuition? Very hard to tell. So yeah, managed to get her moving by laying in a certain position last night, so I didn't have to go back to the hospital, which is good. Every time I go there, it's really reassuring that all the monitorings are normal. And obviously she loves going to the delivery suite. She's a little drama queen. She likes being on the monitor. That's when she starts moving. Obviously when it's just me and her, she just seems to like sleeping, which hopefully is an indication of what she's going to be like when she's here. Doubt it. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag of emotions at the moment. Oliver's taken so well to the change and me not being there, which is good. I think it's helped that I'm very independent away from him anyway because of work and me needing time away from being a mum, which I think is really healthy. But yeah, I just wish we lived a bit closer to the hospital because then I would feel more confident being at home in my own bed. But this is like second home, so it's not too bad. I just feel a lot calmer here. So that's where I'm at this week. 2 more days and I've made it to full term, which opens up a lot of doors in terms of our birth preferences and being able to have the birth that we really want, which is a water birth in the midwife-led birthing unit. But yeah, we'll see if she behaves. Hi, so I'm just talking quietly because I'm in my mum's house again. And I'm having what feels like surges. Well, as I know, I've had quite a lot of these the last 3 weeks. It's week 37. I've made it full term. Amazing. These feel a lot more intense than any surges I've had so far in this pregnancy. Nothing like real surges when you're in labour, but it's sort of radiating to my back and my bum. so much so I can't sleep. So yeah, just gonna see how it goes tonight, and if they ramp up, I'll be heading back into hospital.
Hi, so it's now 37 plus 1, and this is getting a bit ridiculous now. So last video I did, I was obviously having what felt like surges, fairly strong, I wouldn't say unmanageable, but I could feel them in my bum and my back as well, which I hadn't had before regular. I was in bed for 2 hours, sort of rolling around. I had spa hypnobirthing music on, and then they tailed off again. But then I realised I hadn't felt her again during that time, so I had to go to the delivery suite again, which I knew she'd be fine, but you just never forgive yourself if something happened overnight. So sorry about the state of me. I got back at 3:30 in the morning, and I think because I was just so overtired, I just couldn't sleep. She's just a little madam. She seems fairly lazy in there, which hopefully will mean she'll be a good sleeper. Everything's fine on the monitor, as it always is. And I'm shocked they were not the real thing, because they were more intense than the other 2 episodes of contractions / surgeries that the doctors wanted to admit me for. But yeah, it's a mystery. How am I feeling today? Well, I'm 37 plus 1, which is fantastic. I'm full term, but I'm feeling pretty fed up because my body just seems to be practicing a lot, and I've still got a long way potentially to go. But yeah, they're talking about, I think I mentioned, they're talking about inducing me because of the reduced fetal movements, which I'm not keen on. So going to see what our options are in a week when we have our next consultant appointment and scan. Yeah, it's just not how I imagined it to be. I mean, I thought she'd come early, obviously. But then I didn't think I'd get this far. And my waters broke like really and heavily, like a jet spray or a waterfall last time. And that hasn't happened yet. And I could just start labour completely differently. I'm sitting here and I can feel that I'm having tightnings again. I feel quite sick this morning, but that could be because I haven't slept. And it'll be such law that she comes today because I've missed out a night's sleep and I've got a marathon of giving birth to do. Missing being at home, still at my mum's. But I went home for the first time yesterday afternoon and for dinner, so we could have a family dinner together, which was lovely. Oliver was so happy that I was at home. And yeah. Then I got back to my mum's and these surges started, felt like surges. And I was really grateful that I was here, because if I was 40 minutes away from the hospital, we'd have to woken up the parent-in-laws, because I wouldn't know if it was real or not. I wouldn't have felt comfortable staying in bed for 2 hours to see if they'd gone away, because we were far away in my eyes for someone that had an hour and 25 labour to start with. Yeah, so bought some raspberry leaf tea yesterday. Just debating whether to start drinking it now or wait a few weeks. Ideally I don't really want to go into labour it's weird. I don't want to go into labour this week because they probably won't let me go in the midwife-led birthing unit because the reduced fetal movements, and they think I need another scan. But equally, this questionable, is she coming, is she not? I don't really like that. It's completely out of my control. So Oliver's out with my mum, gone to the park to see my sister, and I'm now going to go and have a shower and get dressed, do a bit of meditation and do a bit of tidying up because I got back at 3:30, everything is dumped everywhere. Ooh, tightenings, ouchie. Okay, hopefully I won't have a baby on the bathroom floor or in the kitchen because I've gone from 0 to 100 in like 10 minutes, which would freak me out.
Hi, so it is week 37 plus 6, I think, and I haven't done a video in a little while, and I think the reason for that is because everything's sort of calmed down. She's been moving a lot more, so I haven't been back up to the delivery suite, which has been great. Yes, so, but tonight I'm feeling a bit different again. I know I've had 2 or 3 false starts now, but things just, I don't know, something about tonight is making me feel that things might be on their way. I don't know if I mentioned before, I've lost my mucus plug now, old bloody show. She feels so low, so low. And I've had quite a lot of discomfort tonight, but not like massively painful, just sharp, sudden pains. Today's been horrendous with Oliver. Luckily my auntie and uncle have been amazing helping out, but he's just been, normal, terrible twos. So that's been really hard. I'm drained, but after he went to bed, had a bath in lavender oil, which was lovely. Then epilated for the first time in about what felt like 3 months, probably is 3 months. Coconut oiled my body, did my stretches and pelvic floor exercises that I've been doing every day, and now I'm in bed. And I was so paranoid that either paranoid or spot on, one of the two, we'll find out. I've put some sanitary towels by the bed, which is ridiculous because if my waters broke like they did last time, that did absolutely nothing. But just for reassurance, I've got some clothes ready by the bed. Got my notes my maternity notes by the bed. Car keys are downstairs with little reminders. So yeah, and I haven't got the energy to think past the weekend, like plans wise. I'm still at my mum's. Oliver's hit tonight, but yeah, still sharing Oliver with hubby, who's mostly staying at home with the dog and trying to get things done before the baby comes. Yeah, I just feel so much calmer being 5-10 minutes away from the hospital, and husband wants me to get home tomorrow, but I'm just can't think that far ahead and not really fancying it. So, not because of him, just I don't want to be that far away, and I've got so much support here with my family. So, yeah. Anyway, could be another false start. We'll see. I've got no surges at all, just irregular tightenings and just a feeling. So, anyway, I'll speak to you soon. So I'm just talking really quietly. I hope you can hear me. So it's 38 plus 1. Nothing happened yesterday, but I've been having tightenings for about 3.5 hours now. Of course, the delivery's sweet, obviously, because if I hadn't had such a fast labour the first time, I'd probably just lay here. They've advised I take some paracetamol. I took that about 20 minutes ago, just to see if they go, which they haven't yet. Yeah, so I'd say pain or power as a hypnobirthing is probably only, when they started, maybe 4 out of 10. It's gone down a bit, 3 out of 10. So in the next 45 minutes, I have to call back and see if see if they're still happening. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. They're coming sort of every couple of minutes. They were initially a minute long, 45 seconds to a minute. I think they've got shorter. I've given up timing. Husband's obviously at home and I'm at my mum's, and it's quite hard to time and breathe at the same time. So I'm just going with intensity and sort of my intuition, really. Just my biggest fear is I don't want to have a baby at home, whether that's my home or my mum's home. So which the delivery suite really understood. It's something like 2:30 in the morning and I'm knackered, but I just wanted to keep you updated. Hi, so 38 plus 2, so the other day was another false start. This pregnancy is crazy. Had my last antenatal clinic scan and appointment today. She's currently £7.12, so we're looking at a rather big baby considering I pushed out a 5'9" last time, which is a bit daunting, but try not to think about that. How am I feeling? I've had lots of surges in between when I last did the last video, but it's just so hard to know when the real thing is, because the surges that I'm having are more powerful than the ones that I had when I was in beginning of labour with Oliver, not the actual labour contractions. So yeah, it's all very confusing. Tonight I'm just trying to appreciate having a bump, because this is the last time we're ever going to do this. So Yeah, some more of my plug came out quite a big bit today. So maybe that's a sign that she's coming. Who knows? I just have to take every day as it comes and every surge as it comes, I suppose, as well. Looking forward to being with family again in terms of living under the same roof. Miss Oliver so much when he's not with me, but also really appreciating some downtime, which I will not have when I'm mum of two at home. So just trying to enjoy it. Miss the husband. Things are a bit tricky. Lots of driving around and yeah, just generally things are strange at the moment, and Oliver's starting to be a bit more sensitive to them now and asking where I am a lot, and vice versa when he's with me. Yeah, so plan is I'll see him again tomorrow, which will be nice. Have some Oliver cuddles, and apparently he's been a lot easier work in the last few days compared to over the weekend. Probably won't be the case for me though, will it? Let's be fair. So yeah, that's week 38 plus 2. I'll keep you posted with the next movements.
Ooh, hi, so it is, I don't know, 5 or 6 a.m. I'm in the hospital and I'm in active labour, yay! 4 centimetres dilated, woke up at 2 with period pain, and then by 3 I was 4 centimetres, so it was fairly quick, but things are sort of not established in terms of surges yet, so I just want to do a short video to say I'm in labour, don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm here trying to relax and put all the hypnobirthing advice into practice. Finding it hard to let go at the moment, thinking about Oliver, but just got to try and focus on me. Right, we're having another surge now, got to go. It's 5 to 8 in the morning, someone's getting some rest. Still not quite in established labour, I'm in labour, and my surges are coming every 4 minutes at the moment. How are you feeling, Johnny? Johnny, say hello. We can show this to baby girl when she's older.
Hello.
Yeah, anyway, that's all I have to update. See you later.
Hi. So the 16th of October. Little one is okay. And it's 38 plus 3, and we have our new baby girl. Doesn't have a name yet. We've had a really hard day. This little one was back to back, and her neck and head were in the wrong tilted position as well. It was so hard. 6 hours active labour, but a labour lasted from 3 a.m. to 6 p.m. Very different to what I expected and what all the midwives expected with my hour and 25 with Oliver. But she's now here, and we're about to go back home to my mum's because again it's closer to the hospital, and it's 11 o'clock at night. And we'll be in for our first day with baby and toddler tomorrow, although Oliver's in nursery. So that's going to be strange because it'll be like, hey Oliver, how are you? This is your baby sister right now. We've got to take you to nursery, but we think it's important to keep his routine. I'm never doing this ever again. I'm so pleased and excited we've welcomed baby girl. She was so worth it. But I have never been in so much discomfort in my whole entire life, but I did it and I made it through. So, hey! As you can tell, I haven't slept for nearly 24 hours, so I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll speak to you soon.